how was the YC journey like, right? Like,
Yeah.
what all did you learn from that experience, and like how was the process of filling the form like? How was the day-to-day life at YC? Yeah.
That's funny actually. The first time I applied, I didn't get in because I think they were sort of there's a couple reasons. One, I think the application was way too long and a little too convoluted.
Yeah.
And two, they had another company that was similar to us that essentially was failing, and so
Yeah.
they were like, "I'm not sure if we're the best in the same type of company again."
Yeah.
And so actually when I reapplied, I ended up getting in because the key thing around YC is just clarity of thought.
Right.
Like the more concise, the simpler, the clearer the thought is on the application, the better.
Right.
And it also helped that at that point we had almost like 3 million in ARR. And so
Right.
we had a really strong kind of track record of showing that companies actually need this and they want what we're building. And we had like great customer success metrics or great retention. And so YC was pretty attracted to that at that
Right.
point.
How does the YC experience change an entrepreneur, right? Like, what are some things that really shape you in the YC experience?
Yeah, I think the first thing is no bullshit. So basically, the group partners, let's say you come to them and they ask you a very specific question and you answer in a very muddled way. They're like, okay, let's try this again. What is this metric?
Right.
and then if you don't know, you say you don't know. And they're like, go get it.
Yeah.
Or what are you optimizing for? What's the key one goal that you're focusing on?
Right.
So it's basically cutting out all the noise and just focusing on the thing that matters. Like if the key metric for an entrepreneur is revenue, then drive that. If the key metric is eyeballs, fine, drive that. But make sure those metrics consistently increase over time and see what you need to do to engineer that.
Got it.
And so it's very much about that. And then it's also the storyline, like really being able to pitch a concept in a very clear, concise way is also something that YC does really well.
Okay. So there are a few things in life that one can only learn through experiences or by living those things, right? Whether like just like in your case, you've gone to the best of the best schools, best of the like YC batches and everything, but I'm sure there were a few things that no one could have taught you and only through your experiences you would have learned it, right? Like what would some of those like cases be?
Yeah, I mean, a big one is crisis management in COVID. So had somebody told me when I was doing the, Lean Launchpad class, like you're going to face 1 in 100, once in a lifetime event. You're basically going to have to fire a bunch of people. You're going to have to completely restructure your company. I would have just laughed at them because like, that's not going to happen to me. Like everything's always going to go up and to the right, right? That's not the entrepreneurial journey. It's very much like this, and then highs, lows, and then kind of back, and just being prepared for that. Like that variability really is a teacher for yourself.
Right.
What you stand for, what your values are, how do you hold strong in something like that. And so to me, it's kind of like you're let's say you're just starting out playing soccer and then you're basically all of a sudden in the World Cup and you have no idea what to do. So getting the skills through just actually being in that situation is very different from learning about it in a case study, for example.
Right.
So yeah, crisis management is one of those things, I would say.